Dear folks, welcome. We're live on Twitch. I'm recording for YouTube. I'm riding Bull. This is Age of Wonders 4. And this is Secrets of the Archmages. In other words, the Secrets of the Archmages. Not theirs. The new DLC that's coming out today. Sorry, that came out yesterday on the 16th. June 2026 delivers an incredible amount of content. I've summarized it on two pages. There's really a lot in it. The DLC costs just under €20. You can get it on Steam, for example. There's a link below in the text description on YouTube and also in the first pinned comment. That leads directly to the game's homepage. There you can get a lot of information about the game and also about the add-on. Purchase options are linked and so on. And just a heads up, the word advertisement is written at the top. This playthrough we're doing, so about 3 to 4 hours that we're spending together here, is financially supported by the publisher Paradox. Thank you for that. You can't take that for granted. Understood. I'm always really happy about that. Paradox does that quite often, and with Age of Wonders 4 it's always cool. I'm a bit specialized in 4X games. I play them all the time, so games similar to Civilization, so I think that fits quite well too. And I'll briefly summarize what the DLC brings us all, and then we'll start with one of the new story realms, a playthrough. There are 3 new story realms. That means there are now always 3 different map challenges you can play. You can choose which faction to play them with. I think it's more atmospheric when you play them with one of the new factions. Those are mainly owl factions. Then there are 6 new books. That means there are new research directions, new spells, new bonuses, and so on that you can enchant. Then there are new world map contents, so new random map scripts, but also new landmarks, meaning new ancient world wonders that you can discover on the map. New plagues, meaning those big barbarian villages, you could say, with all kinds of monstrosities. You can play as the owl people here, so a new form. The owl people can be taken over by different realms, so you can build a realm of your choice with the owl people, or play as one of 2 preset civilizations with the owl people. And there are new wild animal units, mounts, new music, and various little things. And a new big free update that's now also available in the game, and this way the games keep getting expanded, improved, and refined. And by occasionally releasing these DLCs, they help fund further development. Let's get started. I plan to play one of the 3 new story realms with you. It's not a full game. And I've already balanced everything out precisely. The story realms are listed on the left, and these are the 3 new ones. The Pit of Asuran, then Evermore, and the Hill Caves, and we will play those. They're a little less challenging in terms of difficulty and have a nice story. And in the background you can see here in the tooltip, accompanied by the fairy creature guide Damar, you delve deep into the fairy realm. The realm of Duartha before Hamhambinger, so to save them from another ruler before the Duarthads, the rulers of the fairy realm. And the civilization, pardon me, and the map you play on has the following characteristics. Oh, I can show you that on the next slide as well. Let's select the Hill Caves. Set it to medium difficulty. And these are the 6 realm traits. First, hill cave construction. That means there are few mountains, but instead many hills. All free cities are only underground. Yes, that means we have to descend 1 level to encounter free cities. We start without a starting city. Also pretty spicy. That's up here. No, that's up here. We start without a starting city, so we have to found one first. We only start with an army. Then the seasons play a big role. That means, with the change from one of the 4 seasons to the next, our people, and all other peoples as well, are always a bit more vulnerable to certain types of magic damage. Sometimes it's one type of magic, sometimes another, and it can also happen that parts of the landscape are transformed. Then there's peaceful territory. That means the NPC enemies on the map aren't that strong. And they're mostly fairy creatures, plants, and animal units. Next trait, Mistwalker Incursion. Of course, there are also plagues here. In Civilization, you would call them barbarian camps. These are mostly the Mistwalker infestations, which were added with this expansion. I haven't met them yet, and I'm curious. And the last one, the last trait, Veiled Islands, that's a bit more complex. There's an additional layer on the map, also newly introduced by Secrets of the Archmage through this add-on. That means there are islands, the Veiled Islands, that are on another layer and first have to be discovered through portals. Sometimes you have to complete quests to get through these portals. Sometimes you can get through on your own. If you get through on your own, the type of island you discover is usually a harmless one. And if the portal is protected by a quest, then the reward you get for advancing there is greater, is stronger. There are great resources on site that aren't really guarded and so on. Basically, those are the hill caves.
Your journey starts here.
And those are the three standard peoples. Sorry, the two standard peoples that have been newly introduced. These are examples of how you can play the owls. These are the red feathers. These are hellish owls. But we're playing the good ones. We're playing the Cryptic Archivists. They have dedicated themselves to magic, to wisdom, to mana. They're more good-natured and so on. Let me tell you what they can do. Well, you can also see it in the tooltip. The people here are the Cryptics. Our ruler, Pallas the Howler, starts with the Book of Abjuration. And those are basically the 6-9 books that exist. And they mainly provide protective spells that you have. Cities, protective spells for the cities, but mainly protective spells for our own units. And the people, the Cryptic Archivists, nah. Let me try clicking on you here. That's us. We're the Cryptic Archivists. They're owl people, as I just described, as you can also see in the background. They are vigilant. Vigilant means that in tactical combat, they have a control zone that completely surrounds them. So it's not just in their line of sight, or to the right and left, but not behind. Instead, they always have a control zone, so that they can never be flanked. Then they have the ability Arcana Focus. That means if they make a magic attack, it does a bit more damage than usual. Then they have slightly increased maximum mana income. That's a bit more complicated. Adjustment. And our units get the adjustment Starblade. That means it depends. Honestly, I didn't really get that. So our units can deal certain types of extra damage and magical damage, depending on which affinity we push, that's clear. But I didn't quite get how it works technically. I think, well, I don't understand the first 4 or 5 words. When an allied spell is cast, I actually understand the rest. That means our standard attack also triggers extra magic damage depending on which affinity we've boosted. I understand that. Can be stacked. But what's even more important here, there's a new resource. It's called Astral Echo. Only the races that are like us, the ones that have this trait, can see these resource packs. Astral Echo on the map, can collect them. And if you're ever missing spell points while casting, they will fill in the missing spell points. That means if you're in a battle, if you want to deal tactical damage or cast a tactical spell, you've cast spells several times, you're out of spell points and can't continue. And then you can say, hey, but I'll draw on the accumulated Astral Echo and cast another spell, then a portion of the resources is used up. Resource supply and spell, it's possible, just the same. It works similarly on the world map. Yes, on the world map. That's called the Echo Magic. That's what I just explained. So, and then we also have ancient sages. Yes, that's kind of so-so. Well, we have... When is it, to put it bluntly, we research a bit faster. That's one way to sum it up. That's already an exciting one. Guardian of Knowledge, that's such a complex trait. The key part is at the bottom. We begin with +10, which is good. Good attitude. There are good and bad attitudes. That means we get along pretty well with good and neutral ones. And when we complete a new research project, then we get, with the free cities, the ones we're currently dealing with, build loyalty, the ones who have received a whispering permit from us, and the ones we're trying to turn into vassals. They then get a small bonus, a one-time bonus of 10 loyalty. That's not much, but if you research quickly, it can add up very fast. And similarly, there's a similar effect when we unlock a new book, so a new bundle. Unlocking research, unlocking a new research book. We get +100 relations with all the major empires on the map. That's pretty cool. And what I also really like is when you've met a lot of empires, get on good terms with them and establish open borders with them. For every open borders agreement, you get 10 knowledge credited to you each turn. I think that's cool too. So, to sum it all up, it means that we're being rewarded for it. To play peacefully, to get along well with other characters, and to have advanced research. Yes, and these effects, they reinforce each other. Being smart, advanced research. Being good, and many for open borders and so on. The rest below isn't that important. That's how we start, folks. We select those and start. Have fun here, everyone.
While the Great Umbral War raged on, exhausting Mage Haven's Godir and their allies, other forces, both forgotten and new, stirred in the shadows, silently exploiting this opportunity to challenge the established balance of power. Chief among those rising forces were the Mistwalkers, servants of the Duathidae, who were dreaded for their raids called the Toll of Seasons. Throughout the Astral Sea. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now.
I can't do it either, but you read it in German. I don't want to skip it, but you read it in German. That's the backstory. Yes, there are Mistwalkers who have risen here, servants of Duatha who carry out raids.
The backstory. Mistwalkers have become more active than ever before. They have increased the populations of all worlds in the missing space of the Duatha, and as in the past, they no longer have the damned lands. Instead, they have established permanent presences that extend beyond the spreading mist walls. Rumors of Godir, who were defeated by the missing lords and unleashed their terrible order, were hoped for, even in the Untouchables towers of Majorhaven.
A few more stories about the Mistwalkers, how dangerous they are, and that they can even become a threat to the gods.
In the wake of these rumors, a solitary sprite called Dornask emerged from Duatha, searching the worlds within for a god Godir who would answer his plea for help. For the legendary adventurer and storyteller, Hambinger had fallen victim to the Toll of Seasons and been brought before the Duatha Day for judgment.
So we want to rescue Hambinger? I think that's a halfling, a leader, basically a king of a halfling people. And during the changing of the seasons, as I just described, he fell victim, was caught, is now on trial, awaiting his sentence. And this forest spirit, Demetride, found us, and we are supposed to follow his call for help and free Hambinger, the halfling king, trust.
Trust? It was hard to believe the words of a fire in these times of fire. And Dornask had set out to embrace his considerable fire magic, to watch over the spirits that had tried to eat or kill him. But in the end, Sprite found a spiritual Godir who was willing to enter the fire market and Hambinger. So they took a deep breath. She threw herself into a fire market and plunged into the mists of Duatha.
So led and accompanied by Dema, this fairy creature. We venture into this dangerous world of Duatha to look for Binger and free him. And that's where we start. Looks pretty creepy. So we begin with Pallas the Howler, that's the name of our Howling Owl ruler, and the things I just explained to you. This here we can start right away. Then let's begin. It's a station. Summon a defector pylon in tactical battles. Is that a tower that does something? It creates a shield. And it pushes units. That's, how's it going with the enchantment? Oh, that's for our scouts. We can enchant our scouts so that when they flee from battle, they don't die and return. This is the thing with the magic shield. So you're slightly stronger in combat. Okay. Before we take a closer look at that, that's when we met him. Still overwhelmed by the emotions in the fairy realm rift, you hear the soft voice of your fairy guide, Dema, who dances around you. No time for slumber, no time for sorrow. Make haste till your cheeks turn red. Deep in Duatha, the slow ones meet their death. The words spring from Dema's mouth like water from a well. From the nervous fluttering, you realize that you should react quickly. Let's not stay here in these mists. They see, they find, they gag. Our prince's games amuse them. We are subordinates and must only serve. While Dema keeps chattering away, you eye the dangerous path ahead of you. Luckily, you have a few specialists with you. And this here on the left is, we don't have a throne city yet. That means our ruler absolutely has to survive, or it's all over. Now we can choose one of 3 bonuses. 1 unit, another unit, or a level 3 battle mage from our people, we can get that, or a level 3 corrupted soul, or a magma spirit, also a level 3. I'd rather take one from our people myself. I also think it's cooler because if you later enchant the Cryptic Archivists, meaning the whole people, then this unit will also be enchanted, and that's the one I'd like to take. Can hurl cosmic lightning and perform star cleansing. Let's take it with us. Our goal is to reach a Pellari hideout. Now quickly into the hideout. Come on, Dema's friends are waiting in their den. Isn't that fantastic? While Dema urges you on with movements and gestures, he tells you more about these friends who are apparently waiting for you. Pellari have fur, feathers and claws. They also have tails and snouts, beaks and paws if you look closely. They came from Luata's oldest dreams. They brought her joy, she gave them names. But what evil things the fairy creatures plotted, which made the other Pellari hide in the caves. They do not rage, they do not judge, concluded the Dema his speech. The halls of the Pellari are comfortable, and everyone is welcome there. Go ahead. That's where we need to go. I'll save real quick just in case we experience an absolute disaster in the very first round. There we are up ahead. Now let's take a look at ourselves. We're underground, right? Exactly. Let's take a look at what we have. A 3-man army with our ruler, a couple of Pallas, and the Howler. On one of them, wait, is that a horse with blinders? Is that a blind horse? Can we add things to it, whether the appearance and so on stay the same? No, apparently not. We can't give it things, right? It only has this right here. White horse, okay. He looks like he's wearing a blindfold, Christoph says too. Exactly. And as a weapon, he has a floating book from which he can cast spells. Daddlespace said it's a Jedi horse. Our weapons. Blitzstache. An anchoring attack has a range of 8 tiles, that's pretty far. And to summon a lightning bolt from a square around you. Then we have with us the one we just got, the Spellbreaker who can cast spells, and a Morning Forest Spirit, that's Dema. I assume that he also has to survive. That was really weak. He can do more Feuerstoß. A single small magic attack. The Echoes of the Fairies possesses him. Then we have our main kingdom, our main army up here in front. And it consists of a magic shield. An, 1 cavalry unit. Then we have, this is ranged cavalry. No, that's melee cavalry. Then we have a pacifier. 1 or 2, 1. A kind of healer, right? Support unit. Can heal units with temporary hit points. But can also do a magic attack herself. Let's see what she looks like. I think the owl people are pretty cool, right? What do you think? Hello, Señor Jalapeño? How do you feel about the owl people's owls' looks? I think they're quite tasty. Then we have another one, an arcane mage. 2 arcane mages. Yeah, everyone does it like that. Those are ranged units. And a mystic projection. That unit doesn't even exist, really. Cosmic lightning, range of 4 spaces. We don't have any melee fighters. For melee, we only have the magic shield. As a tank unit further up front. With shield granting division. This will be our tank, thank you. The ruler can serve as a bit of a tank. Punkt. That's it. So let's move forward. It is available. And into the city. We're not founding a city here since that would look lame. There's nothing here. There are no resources, nothing at all. You don't found cities there. We need to set our research. That takes forever because we don't generate any research in the city of Mongol. Mage armor. With that, we can enchant most of our units. They'll get more defense against physical attacks. I think that's pretty cool. Even a level 2 skill spell, I'd like to have that. With that, we can enchant units we don't even have yet. We don't care about that. Then we can enchant a city so that it has more city stability. And a free city with a whispering stone gains more loyalty. Both are interesting. Still, I would boost my own units first, and so I might be able to move ahead with my scout. I have a scout, but I don't have a scout. I don't have one. Oh, that's a scout. You're absolutely right. Who came up with that idea? Senor Ralapeno, you're right, that's our scout. We'll move Solo forward with him. It's moving much further ahead. One round further. We're moving something else ahead. Oh, the opponents are still moving. That took a long time. As you, Dema, our spirit, continue through the misty tunnel, a pleasant breeze carries the scent of fresh leaves into the underground. Oh, spring, how you sing. Dema begins as masses of mushrooms and moss start to grow in places touched by the wind. Oh, spring, how you sing and bring us new life. Oh, how you have immortalized yourself in blossoms and love to tickle my nose. You also like to sting quickly like a little bee. When the birds sing loudly, only you can make it happen. Demer giggles and spins around joyfully. Yes, it's the seasons rushing by. Yes, Demer explained, still giggling. On Duada, winter is always near. Now we have a different season. Carefully move forward. We flew into a swarm. This Pellari shelter is outrageous. We'll have to fight right away. Let's go. Go take a careful look. A cozy hideout. Target reached. We found Pellari in the Pellari hideout. As you enter the great threshold that is supposed to be a Pellari hideout, the mist briefly clears, revealing a terrible sight. The Pellari's cave glows, devastated and collapsed in the murky darkness. Pale figures patrol the corridors, rounding up the surviving Pellari and locking them up like animals in cages. In the heart of the burned-out hideout, a primitive camp has been set up, decorated with the skull of a deer, the dreaded symbol of the Mistwalkers and their scourges. Only moments later, veils once again fall over the area. But you've seen enough. The Mistwalkers were here first. We gain a one-time bonus of 80 knowledge. These are this people's Mistwalkers. Our goal, we have to destroy the Mistwalker camp for the new quest. And open creature cages to strengthen our ranks. Maybe, I'm not quite sure about that, strengthening ranks, whether that means you get more units or if the units you already have get better. The destruction of the hideout shakes Dema, and he sobs as his wings and skin slowly change color. Destruction, poor friends, it ends here today, he whimpers, becoming more and more desperate. Dema has failed, now the Pale Ones will get us, will punish us. No, he suddenly shouts with new resolve, his eyes flashing like ghostly lights. No, we will get them and punish them, squeeze their throats, tear their cloaks to pieces. Tendons and bones broken under stones. Dema's voice grows sharper until it sounds strong, like an icy wind whistling through the cracks of a shelter. The disgusting runners should kneel and flee, they must endure torment. Dema completes his eerie transformation and is determined to take on the Mist Runners to free his Pellari friends. He has transformed into a forest spirit of the evening. Amen. Okay, what do we need to do? So first of all, I'll save this again. We are supposed to destroy the camp and open the creature cages, okay? Where are the creature cages? These are the ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4 creature cages. Maybe 5 scattered all around here. 5. Let's move ahead. How strong is the camp? A silver plague. Hi guys, la. That's not very easy. Good thing we saved beforehand. We won't make it this round, but the next one... I wonder if we'll get stronger if we open them beforehand. I guess so, right? Let's move up here. An army has now been formed there, but it's just a security army. Harmless fight. Should we really do this now? My god. I'll see what happens if we move in here with the spear unit. His troops broke open a Mistwalker cage and freed another Pellari. Praised be the good seasons, cheers the warrior. We had already resigned ourselves to ending up as soup ingredients for the enemy lords. Thank you very much, stranger. My people and I are at your disposal. After being freed, the warrior, full of gratitude, joins the fight to liberate his brothers. We have gained a warrior. Come. So the fact that we got the warrior is cool. But this way we can... The infestation? Can you only fight the infestation with one army? No, that's only for a world wonder. You can only fight an ancient world wonder with one, but you can fight the infestation with all you have. I think that's enough now. What do we have here? I have 5 units. When does this get stronger again? In 9 turns, this will get stronger. Then we can keep exploring for now. Then we can gather more warriors. Let's split them up. You can't free that one so easily. There's an army on it, and you can free that one on your own. Good to know. Is there one ahead? I don't think so. Let's ride over. You can free them like that. We freed a splitter. Very nice. Now we have a 6-strong army. That's the splitter. Oh, a simple skirmisher unit. This people's Pellari. Let's check them out. Those are gazelles, right? A gazelle-like people. Or goat folk. That's the goat people, right? Phew. So where are the others? There are 2 up there. We wanted to free them too. We still have a bit of time. We can keep going. But down here, you can go here. Oh, Ash has leveled up. What I like to do is strengthen the army. As long as this unit is the army leader, all units in the army that are not heroes regenerate faster. I'd like to do that, since we don't currently have a city for quick regeneration. That's why I would like to do that. And on to the next round. We've moved everyone, right? Look how much money we're losing. 92 gold every round, crazy. Can't dawdle for too long. Let's move an army down here, the weakest one. What a rescue. There's a child. So we absolutely need to bring in an army. An automatic battle, please. As his troops approach the mercenary guards, they raise the white flag. We were hired by a wealthy merchant to keep an eye on this creature cage. We don't have any. We want to play nice. We have no quarrel with you. Go in peace. Or we offer gold that we don't have. We have minus 92 gold, so they would serve us. We can't do that. We can only say go in peace. But at least we can go in here now. We're freeing another Pellari, specifically a Fury. And with her we'll head upwards. To find out if you have to fight up here as well. So there was another one, right? There are 2 more up there. What does that mean? New Empire development available. We've collected enough points. No, those 2. We could unlock them. The Nexus stuff gives more income. That's nonsense. City buildings cost less for me. We'll leave all that out for now. No city yet. Let's keep collecting. We can free them here. And we win a Budal Pellari. We'll move with that now. Back. Then let's go in here. That was a drop, right? We still don't know if we should fight up there. We can't go any further here. Let's move up to about halfway. Let's move over here. We can move on there and then over there. Salaries are still pending. We don't have much time here. Cast a spell already. Yeah, we don't need that. 1 round further. I think the money's going too fast. It could be 1. You can't really go anywhere with that here. Let's go take a look up here. So, let's go in here. We can protect an Arbalest and Ambro. And maybe he can start the next launch here, right? This is the economic overview. Yeah, it's not very exciting, but up here and here, there are opportunities to start something. We could break this and then start something up here in the front. And then expand it in all directions. Should do it. Start something in the city. What's up here? An iron deposit. So plus 10 production. Up ahead we can build a nexus or a research camp on the mana node. That's all nothing. And down here we have a mine. Iron deposit. I would settle right up here. We need to make sure we found the city soon. A good tip from Kaigon. The more troops we free, the more upkeep it costs. That's hardly affordable at the moment. We should get into the fight here as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. An army. 2 armies. And the next one, please. He can also fight back there. Oh, nonsense. He'll just be the one. He'll die in my fight. I'll leave him outside. Can he scout elsewhere? Not right now, right? What was this? Can you go through that in the opposite direction? Or is that a one-way? A point you can only go in one direction. Honestly, I have no idea. Let's head over here. We don't want to join the fight. Then let's save here again. They're whining about our attack. An automatic battle. We don't lose a single unit. We'll leave it at that. We can't do it any better. We get a reward. Andon's wisdom. A crown. More resistance, more status resistance. Yeah, with the Staden Blades, I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm really sorry. Then a one-time cost of 62 mana or 30 research. We lose 8 mana, but we still have 319. Punishing Halberd, level 2 weapon. Level 2 melee attack deals 16 damage. Level 2 melee weapon. What weapon do we have at the moment? The lightning spike? What kind of melee weapon is that? Do we even have one? We don't have any. This is the first time we're getting a weapon at all. Our hands are still free. One. Now that the Mistwalkers have been destroyed, the surviving Pellari gather around you with curiosity and gratitude. A mole from among them speaks to you. Kind hero, you have saved us. The pale ones do us harm. Look, poor Ahorn has scratched paws and Sunshine's too. Fel was badly crushed when she was locked in that terrible cage, and all the others too. Ah yes, our rescue must be celebrated. Would you like some honey brew and blackberry pie? At that moment, Dema comes back into the conversation. Our spirit, he's himself again, happily excited and endlessly talkative. Once is great, but not yet. You can't celebrate without cups or spoons. We need a shelter. It should be sturdy and big. Let's get to work quickly, then we'll dance into the night. Demma, the mole calls out happily. Come, let me squeeze your cheeks, you cuties. You are right. We can't live in these ruins anymore. We have to go to the surface. The Pale Ones had blocked the path upwards, but their magic has been lifted. Hero, the mole begins turning to you again. We will build our new home according to your instructions. This city at your feet, how should we decorate it? So now we can, well, Demma has now become a different kind of spirit. We got our first city. The Great Library, Zandrius. That should immediately change the gold situation. As a reward, we get either a one-time reward of 257 gold, 337 mana, or 71 Imperium. The annoying thing is, I don't know now. I can't imagine that we're earning 116 gold with our city start. Normally, I would always say go for Imperium, no-brainer. Imperium points are cool. That's almost double what we're currently earning per round. But I'd rather play it safe and say bring on the quartz and gems. Do you all see it that way too? Thanks to Daishi. Daishi is explaining the Starblades to me. Every spell cast in battle grants bonus damage of the corresponding element until the end of the fight. Thank you. They're saying to take the gold in the chat, so let's do it. No, we founded those outside. How exciting is that? And the level below that? Cool. How cool is that? Can we switch to the level below again? Yes. Yes, but that's the Veiled Island. We haven't been there. Can we switch to the underground? Yes. We were up here. Up on the left of the map. That means here's the underground, and we were beamed over here, over to this side, to the other side of the map. And our location is called the Great Library of Zandrius. We now have a surplus of 10 gold. It's good that we took the gold. Now we can invest a little bit. Where did our army land? Is it still down there? Did the army leave? Is the army gone? Did it dissolve? Is it possible that our army is gone? No, it's there. 6s and 5s. We just had more units. No, that's not true. They're all down here. And how do they get up then? There's a cave entrance. And you can get up through there. We can travel up there. Okay, exciting. And then we manage our city. We'll do all of that on YouTube in the next video, in the playlist, up there in the corner, or there. I'll put the playlist up nice and big. And I'll point it out again. Down here, the description on YouTube. First pinned comment. A homepage link and details about the game, including purchase information, already posted on Twitch.